So let's look at Nasdaq, right? So Nasdaq is a very quick instrument to trade, meaning that we don't want to look at Nasdaq the same way that we look at currencies. We want to open our eyes slightly more than we would if we were trading currencies. So I'm going to go through NAS 100 with you guys and show you. So Nasdaq is strictly support and resistance. I don't want to stress the importance of this. Strictly support and resistance, and also market structure. So I will be going through an analysis with you guys to show you. Well, there's a couple of things that I'm going to look at. First of all, I want to understand time frames when I look at Nasdaq. Unlike currency pairs, we don't look at Nasdaq from the monthly time frame. And when we go to the monthly time frame, we literally want to understand the market structure and see where the market is right now. I kind of predicted that the market was going to close above this resistance over here, even when a lot of people were saying that this market was going to drop down to 6,000. But I did say that nah, it won't happen. Nasdaq would hit 9,800, 9,500 round about there before we can actually see other moves. And you can see that we actually got to 10.1. So we got to 10.1. So that is actually like a lot of movement, like a lot of points on this market. So when you go to the monthly, you're there to understand how the previous months were. So if you see this was a push, impulse, and so that's an impulse, correction, impulse, and obviously a correction might be true. That's how Nasdaq moves, guys. So if you go to the daily time frame, you will notice that the market did give us like a huge push down to the upside, and this was the correction, and this is a huge push to the upside, and a correction might be true. Obviously, looking at the fact that we are in this pandemic as well, so this global pandemic that we have, and the second wave of corona can actually hit. But let's look at technicals to understand what it is that we have. So looking at this market, we do have an upward trend over there on NAS 100. So I'm just going to draw like a rough upward trend. Let me just remove the EMAs for now to kind of like show you what is really happening. So for now, we are currently trending up. We can safely say that we are in an upward trend. I'm just going to copy and paste this and put it at the top of this market. We can safely say that we are in an upward trend, right? So that's the first thing that we're looking at on Nasdaq. So the second thing that we're looking at is the fact that we did have an all-time high run about that level. So this is the all-time high. Notice how I drew that all-time high. I'm using both wicks, right? So I'm using both wicks to actually mark up that all-time high. So both wicks, I am using those wicks to mark up that all-time high. And the next available support that we have on this market is around there. So this is the next available support that we have. Looking at the left-hand side as well. So if you look at the left-hand side, you can maybe try and at least mark it out there. So this is a whole region. So this is a whole region that we want to look at. So this is a whole region that we want to look at on NAS, right? So that's a whole region that we're looking at right now. So obviously this spike was also inspired by whatever is happening on this market. So this is what I'm looking at right now on NAS, guys. Excuse me, I had a phone call coming in. Sorry. So yes, guys. Sorry about that. So we are looking at this support level, and also we are looking at that all-time high as well. So these are the two levels that we're looking at, that all-time high and that level of support. Obviously we're trading up, so this is an upward trend, so we're trending up. That's one thing that we want to actually mark out. All right, so what we have here is that the market created an all-time high again around about that level. So we do have those two spikes there. So that's the all-time high that the market did create, right? So right now we're gonna zoom into whatever is happening here to understand. So because now we understand that we're actually trending up, I can then go to the 4-hourly to kind of like understand the type of market that we have. So what we have here is that the market did come to test these lows. So the lows that we came to tap into is literally like a previous level of resistance. Look at how the market turned there, break, fake out, came back below, tested, fake above, tested, support. Now we actually came and tested that support level. As soon as we see a close above that support level, this would have indicated to us that we can actually start looking for long. So obviously this becomes like a common area where the market is most likely to turn. So we can actually mark out this this level. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Let me just do this. Mark up this level as a common area in which the market is most likely to turn at. So you can see that the market is turning there. Market is turning there as well. So the market has literally been trading nicely around this level. So if you're trading a smaller time frame, right? If you're trading a smaller time frame, you would obviously look at other levels like these levels over here. From the left, obviously going to the right. So left to the right. Look at how the market has actually been respecting this level. Even there, market did break above, came back to retest, and has been rallying nicely to the upside. All right, market has been beautifully doing that. On smaller time frames, again, it is beautiful. It is beautiful that smaller time frames can show you levels that higher time frames cannot show you, especially on Nasdaq. So where can I grab this? Like there, all right? This would have been a slick entry on that support level. Obviously, looking at that reversal pattern, you would have obviously initiated an entry, a buying entry. And over here, you would most probably think that the market is going to turn back down, but obviously the market did put in like a lot of liquidity into pushing the market up. This was literally market open US session. Market open literally pushed the market up. Number 3. So what we have here is that the market did kind of break past that counter trend line, right? So the market did break past that counter trend line. So what does this mean then for this market? This means that this market can break past this level. So if you want to trade this market, you would wait for the market to break out, retest this level, because this is an all-time high, obviously, and from here take it to this high, right? So this is as simple as that. Nasdaq is as simple as that. Obviously, close above that level, retest, and you take it to the next possible high. So this is the first way that you can look at the markets. Look at Nasdaq from the same perspective. We look at currency pairs, but obviously using mostly support and resistance levels, and also reading market structure. Because what I just did is reading market structure. Look at that. These are lower high, higher lows. You see. So from this high, we're expecting that the market can break past that level to give us a higher high. If you look at this formation, you can actually get like a higher high. Pulling out your fibs as well, Nasdaq literally does respect fibs. Look at that. They came to that 61.8 level. From there, are going back up to that negative 27 to possibly give us a higher high. So that is how you can look at NAS 100. That is the first perspective and angle that you can look at NAS 100. And the second one is obviously using pure support and resistance levels to look at breakouts and retest upon these levels. Again, if we fail to break past this level, then this would confirm that we're actually going to drop to that 8,000 level. So these are two possible scenarios that can happen at this moment. So you look at these patterns and you wait for the market to give you proper setups, and you can take trades based on what is happening at that time. I will see you on the next video.